Good morning, folks. It's Monday, June 2018. My name's Swagadelic Love, and I met God last year. It's a lot on you when you meet God, and He hands you the light of God. Uh, I was bedridden for a couple months. Uh, I was in shock for most of this year. In August, it'll be 1 year since I met God. And I'm finally calming down from it a little bit. Uh, God kept putting me to sleep the first couple months because it was so much information He was feeding to me in my brain. It was just too much. I just locked up. I figured out how to meet God last year by praying out of my mouth and saying the same thing over and over again uh, in my brain and out of my mouth that my soul was pure evil where it came from and that He did something to it to give it a chance not to be. Uh, I prayed it out of my mouth about a million times. And finally, God said, my soul knew the truth. And that's when He can appear, when your soul knows the truth, that you come from the darkness. God mixes love and light in your soul and puts you here as His child to give you a chance not to go to heaven to be free with Him or to be locked up in the pit of shit. After God handed me the light, He told me Armageddon's here. He told me America and our allies will get sneak attacked by North Korea. And He told me why. He told me Kim, the leader of North Korea, is the most evilest soul here. And He told me what it takes to be evil, like Kim. You have to do your sins, and you have to think they're funny in order to be as evil as he is. Kim knows what love is and light. He's got a lot of people that love him, and he knows what evil is, and he chooses to be evil. Nuclear missiles are evil, and the chemical missiles are evil that he fires at us. He built two palaces underground on the border near Russia, a little one and a big one, and he put 300 years of food in it. See, he thinks we're coming in to kill him, just like we did Saddam Hussein. Anyone who remembers that war remembers we went in real fast like lightning, knocked out all his communications. He had to go live in a hole like a rat for, I don't remember how long, a year or 6 months to a year. And we found him, and then his people tried him, and they hung him for war crimes. And he doesn't want that to happen. His meeting with the president was so he could see if we were what he thought last year with the buildup, as when the trumpets were played, God said, when he started building his two palaces on the border. The meeting was to reassure him that his thoughts that we are coming in to kill him like Saddam Hussein are real. And in translation, that's what he left the meeting believing, that we are coming in to kill him. The president basically told him, either dismantle or we're taking your regime away from you. So he went home. He went to his palaces on the border near Russia. And at some point in time in the near future, he is going to sneak attack us, God said. There's a few reasons why. One, we're coming in to kill him like we did Saddam Hussein, as what he thinks. Two, he can't open up his borders because his own people will start saying what he's been doing to him for years, and he'll get tried for war crimes anyway. Three, he's not going to give up over 100 nuclear missiles, God said, that he has. He wants to be part of the union with the guys who have all the missiles, but they don't want him to be, is what he would like to have done. That's his wishes, but he knows they're not going to come true, so this is his best option, other than us coming in and doing what we did to Saddam Hussein and him just sitting there, getting all the communications knocked out, where he can't give no orders to fight back. He's going to do a preemptive strike sneak attack on our allies and us. And the missiles are going to get through, God said. And God told me why. God told me that in his city, where his palace is, he has it surrounded with truck missiles that launch off of trucks. They're not full of fuel only. They're dummy missiles. And he fires thousands of them up in the air at the same time he fires the ballistic missiles to get over here. At the same time, he fires the dummy missiles. God said he simply, with ease, walks like in the Sea of Japan and lays waste to it. So he's going to use like 10 nuclear missiles and just shoot one right there on the beach of North Korea, shoot another one 50 miles out, and just go every 50 miles or so, and he's going to lob a nuclear missile and lob a nuclear missile. Guided missiles can't find their target, and a nuclear bomb blast, it does this thing called a burst, where it messes up the sensors on guided missiles, so we won't be able to find the nuclear missiles that he walks out to the fleet. He's not just going to shoot one missile up in the air over at the fleet because he knows we can knock it down. He's going to shoot them right off the land, straight out on his truck launchers. He's just going to aim them straight out, and he's got his truck launchers lined up in a row where he's just going to fire them in a row like dominoes, God said. And once he lays waste to the fleet, the missiles are going to start raining down on America. God said in the Bible, as it says, a third of the world, as it says, as it so shall be, America is going to be laid waste to. And what it means by that in the Bible is when the nuclear missiles land, they're only going to destroy so many cities. My guess is 15 or 20 of them. But the contamination from the nuclear fallout is what's going to destroy a third of America, where we won't be able to go there anymore. The government's going to set up fences around all the blast zones, and it's going to be a nightmare. God told me to move out the city because God said all his missiles are aimed at the sick, evil. So he couldn't tell me where the missiles were going to land in the cities. He just told me, move out the cities. Because again, he can't predict evil. He said people thinks he knows everything. But when it comes to evil, he said evil is unpredictable. Evil could do anything. God told me evil is always begging for the light. And every time God hands evil the light, evil drop it the light. Because evil only wants to do evil with the light. And God sees evil as the light. So evil doesn't have a chance from the get. So when the war starts, guys, stay inside for a week because we get attacked with chemical missiles too. And they come through too and land. I don't know how many of them, but God told me the chemicals blow in snowflake form from one end of America to the other, like dust in the wind. So I'm living outside of a small town. He said stay inside for a week. The reason why is when the chemicals land on the ground, or whatever they land on, they stick to. And it takes a week for them to slowly evaporate being out in the air. Or a hard rain will wash it into the soil, but it's still there for a week. Water will dilute it, but one snowflake, God said, can make 100 people go insane. And it's a drug called Korean dust, times a million. He's been dealing drugs for China for 25 years, God said, and his chemists have gotten really good with mixing chemical drugs together. And they invented this stuff years ago. Like 8 years ago, God said, and they started putting it in all their missiles about 5 years ago, and all his chemical missiles have changed from the old chemicals he bought from Russia and China to this new stuff, and it comes in snowflake form, Each missile's got like a ton of it in it. And the top just simply pops off at 10,000 feet, and it dumps out like a salt shaker can. And the snowflakes blow everywhere. God said he's tested it on his people. You stay alive for about a month to 2 months is the longest, and you slowly die from infection. For those of you who have done drugs and know what drugs do to you, it pops all your glands on. It pops your sex glands on, your dopamine, your adrenaline gland, all your glands in your body on wide open, and there is no cure, God said. God told me love and light is trapped inside of a demon. So those of you who have done drugs or drank or anything, you know what that means. Your love and light is trapped inside of you and you become a demon. God said that's what happens when people do drugs, a lot of them, and that's what happens when people drink a lot. Love and light becomes trapped inside of a demon. And unfortunately, this stuff is really, really, really bad. So I'm staying inside for a week, guys. I'd suggest y'all do the same. Anybody who's just watching this video and will sit down and watch it, at least the knowledge is in your brain of what's getting ready to happen. Even if you don't move out the cities, it's okay, because God said your soul's frozen for 1,000 years if you're caught in a nuclear bomb blast. And the angels have to come down and rapture you. It's a great rapture, God said. God said the rapture happens 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Every time one person dies, an angel raptures them to heaven or raptures them to hell. The things that people talk about with bones flying in the air and people disappearing, yes, it's true. People are going to disappear. When you're caught in a nuclear bomb blast, your body does disappear. So people are going to disappear. You're not going to be able to find them. You're not going to be able to find their body. You're not going to be able to find their DNA. You're not going to be able to find nothing on them. They're going to be totally gone. Nuclear bombs make people disappear. So yes, it is true. People will be disappearing all over the world coming up soon when we get sneak attacked by Kim Jong-un, the leader of North Korea. And the great rapture will happen. God said the reason why the pit has to be opened up, a portal, is because of all the shit that's going to hell. There's so many angels rapturing souls to hell that usually it has a gate, just like heaven's gates got, the magnetic field around the earth, where it just opens up once. God opens it up once and lets a soul through, and he opens it up again and lets the soul through. And it can be opened up like the pit too, where it stays open. It's going to be opened up too to let all the angels that come through it, and it's going to be opened up to let the souls come up. The way the angel will do it is he'll come down and he'll unlock the pit, and Satan will come out and gather all the shit. Angels can get frozen too, God said, at a nuclear bomb blast. So they're going to wait until the dust settles. Your soul's going to be frozen, laying right there on the ground. Be it you can't see it, but they can. So wherever you were standing, wherever you were laying, wherever you were walking or driving, when you're incinerated with a nuclear bomb, your soul stays right there. Right in that spot is where your soul will be at. Angels can see them. They just come down and grab your soul, and they rapture it to hell or heaven. For every soul that dies the night of the war, there's be an angel that raptures it, be it up to heaven or to hell. And once they get all the shit in the pit and they lock the pit back up with all those souls, then they'll open up a portal to heaven and let all the angels fly out with the souls that are meant to go to heaven. God said it's not the end, it's the beginning. So everybody who's going to be afraid the night of the war, God said the great war is here, and all people are going to be afraid for a while that another one's going to drop on their head, and people are going to be in disarray. Their brains are going to lock up. They're not going to know what to do, how to think, even how to eat. People are going to be committing suicide and that. Doing a lot of things people are going to be doing. The main thing they'll be doing is murdering each other in Walmart over a bag of chips, God said. So in places where they got bombed and there's cities around it, that one area that got bombed and you can't truck in no more food and water or gas, people are going to be killing each other like crazy. It's going to be mad. America is going to have that happen. Other parts of the world are going to get hit, a few other places. America's going to have that happen in the cities that got hit. But God said America's founded on love and light, on God and freedom for all, that we have a solid foundation here. And be it that we do get our balls cut off when we get sneak attacked, we help each other, and we are going to help each other as the war comes. And as the war goes, after we get sneak attacked, at some point in time, most of the Muslim world rises up against us and declares war on us. God said you simply have to take and go online to a satellite photo of North Korea at night or any other part of the world. And where there could be light and there's none, there's darkness and evil in the land. So if you go look at a satellite photo in North Korea, you can see it. And if you swing it to the Muslim world, you can see it. Where they got a lot of money and they don't have lights everywhere and they keep their people impoverished, as where there's evil in the land, God said. So the war's coming up soon, guys. Armageddon's here. Whole heaven, dear. You know, I wish I could have been getting this message out last year. I just started doing it last month, this month, the last few months. I'm sorry. I just, you know, I had a lot to do with moving and that. And like I said, it's a lot of information on you when you meet God and he hands you the light of God. And it's just, some days I was just frozen, you know, and just slept and would wake up and go back to sleep because it's just too much information. And God worries about all his children, and he was worried about me. So he kept putting me to sleep. So I'd sleep and wake up and take it bits and bits, a little bit at a time. I'm doing okay now. But my prayer is, what my prayer was that night when I knew I was going to meet God, that one other person could meet him. And she did. She's a girl that lives in France. And a lot of other people got to meet him too. And they're moving out the way of the war too. So Armageddon's here, guys. Whole heaven, dear. Swagadelic, beaming out.